Alright, so how's it going, guys? This is Leo here from TiDaL JLG, and today I'm making a tips video on just like 15 tips the best tips I've found playing Apex for a week. I downloaded it exactly a week ago, and I've loved it ever since. And these are just some of my tips on Apex Legends. So if you do enjoy this video, please do like the video, and also, if you haven't already, please subscribe. And if you're still playing Fortnite, make sure you're using code NBA for life in the Fortnite item shop. Anyway, to start off our list, we're going to go with tip number 1, and that is to give your ultimate accelerators to Lifeline, because she has probably the best ultimate, and she'll give a bunch of healing supplies and armor and other stuff like that to your squad mates, and it will just be the best use for it in general. Most people I see don't actually pick up the ultimate accelerators, but just giving it to them, giving it to the Lifeline in your squad, using the Lifeline uses it super quickly, and doing that super quick is a really good way to just use these items to your complete and full potential. My second tip is to use the select fire receiver on prowlers, because the prowler is normally a burst gun, but when you have the select fire receiver on it, it turns into an auto or a burst gun. And when you have it on auto, it is so insanely good that it's probably the best gun in the game when you have it on. So another super situational tip is whenever you're landing on a dropship and your friend gets knocked and you're a Pathfinder and they get finished afterwards, you can zipline, use your tactical ability, your zipline, and grapple onto the box, grab their respawn banner, and bring it down. And I did this once, and it was super fun. I recommend doing it. Also, it's just like saving your friend's life, so I mean, you can get those bragging rights. So yep, recommend that as well. 4 is this. Most people will know this, but if you're just running, sliding and then jumping right afterwards, really quick afterwards, makes you go faster, even if you have your gun out. Just a quick slide and then a quick jump afterwards will actually give you a little bit of a speed boost. So my tip number 5 is specifically on the gun, the Devotion. The Devotion is like an energy ammo gun, and it takes time to charge up shots, and eventually it gets super fast firing, and it's really good. But the 2 shots in the beginning, or like the first 5 shots in the beginning, are the weaknesses of it. So what I do sometimes is I'll shoot my first 5 shots into something else, or like my first 2 shots into something else. Like, let's say I'm hiding behind a wall and I'm like right-hand peeking a wall. I'll shoot my first 2 shots into a wall and then start peeking out, keeping the trigger button held down, and I will shoot, and then I'll come out and I'll surprise my enemies, because I'll be having like a super high fire rate, and my DPS will also be higher. So it's just using the Devotion to its full potential. Tip number 5 is this? Yeah, I think this is tip number 5. This is about the G7 Scout and how it's actually very precise. And when you're riding a zipline, usually you'll have a lot of bloom on any sniper, even like the Kraber, the best sniper in the game, or like the triple take or the longbow. But on the G7 Scout, there's always first shot accuracy, even when you're shooting on zip lines. And this will be super helpful if you're trying to go for some really nasty clips or something. It's not just going to be based on luck, it's actually first shot accuracy only for the G7 Scout. G7 Scout is the only gun that has this, so I would recommend using it if you're trying to go for some zipline clips or anything like that. Tip number 7 is super short, but you can actually use explosives to blow up doors. You can also shoot the handles of doors to actually shoot them open, but shooting anywhere else on the doors will not make them open. Tip number 8, there will be a little weapon tag on the bottom right or left corner whenever you're trying to see ammo, whenever you're trying to pick up ammo. and it'll show you if you need it for a gun or not. It's just a gun symbol, and if you need it, then it'll have the gun symbol. But if you don't, then it'll just not have the symbol there at all. Tip number 10, you can actually peek over walls, and I didn't know this, but you can so when you're climbing up walls, you'll just climb up a wall, but before you actually go over the wall, you'll just use your sights joystick to whichever one that is, based on what your sensitivity, based on what your settings are. You can look over it and see, let's say there's a wall in front of you and you're trying to see what combat's going on without it. It's just a safe way to peek over it and see what's going on. Another quick tip, you can actually open and close doors when you are down. You couldn't do this in Fortnite, so most people didn't know this, but you can actually, let's say you're trying to crawl away from your enemies, just open and close a door when you're down. A lot of people don't know about this yet, so just use this to your advantage while you still can. Tip number 13, the range markers on weapons. The range markers on weapons are actually marking the 100 meter marks, as you can see on screen right now. The numbers on the bottom side are the numbers on the bottom, the 2, 3, 4, and 5 are how far they are, and then the number on the right is how many meters they are away. So let's say you're trying to mark up. Let's say you're trying to get a 300-meter snipe, and you just want to hit them first shot. Then you line it up with the 3, and then you shoot, and then you get the perfect headshot or body shot. Tip number 14. Any teammate can respawn you, even if they don't have your banner. Just one teammate needs to get your banner, and then the other one can go. And respawn you as quick as possible.
No, you don't need to.
So I actually didn't know that, and then I accidentally did it at one point, and so yeah, that's super helpful. I do it a bunch of times with my friends. When we'll get it, I'll just camp, not really camp, but I'll just stay at a what's it called? I'll stay at one of the beacons and just wait for him to get the banner, and then I'll just respawn him super quickly.
Oh, they're in here.
Number 15, swapping weapons on console is actually super weird. It doesn't let you, but on PC it does. And you can also swap attachments by just clicking on it and then clicking change weapon. So let's say I want a scope on a longbow and not my G7 Scout. Then I can swap it by just clicking square on console. And on console, if you're trying to swap with the order of your weapons in your inventory, you have to drop both of them and pick them up in the order you want it to be, and then you can also pick up the attachments you want on the guns. So that's how I do it. Anyway, those are my 15 tips. If you did enjoy, please leave this video a fat like, and also if you're new, subscribe. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out.